Top 100 list that looked back on the previous season where Brady was ranked 7th. So, Skip, I'm sure you have a problem with this.
Yeah. You got a problem with this?
I got to buckle my seatbelt here so I stay in my chair. This is absurd. This is preposterous. This is laughable. And this is straight Brady hate. That's all it can be, because you're telling me that a man that I believe is going to win the MVP this year, we're projecting, we're not looking back.
Right.
You can argue looking back,
Right.
but looking ahead, I'm saying he's at least a high candidate for MVP. I believe he's going to win it. I believe he's going to throw 50 touchdown passes because he's got that kind of weaponry. He's got that kind of protection. He's got that kind of coaching staff. He's got it all. And at 44, he got his knee fixed. He did it last year on a torn MCL. Whether you buy that or not, I believe it when he says that. And he did have surgery, and he does look like he's moving at 100%, and the arm looks hotter and more velocity than I've seen it in the last 2 or 3 years. And the point is, they are projecting him, even in this 20th ranking, as 36 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Well, they got Mahomes at the top, and they're projecting him 37 and 10. Well, it's like neck and neck, and you're saying he's the
one
20th.
guy's 1 and the other guy's 20th.
Well, 20th? And I'm saying, now wait a second. On pure value, and you hate that word, but I'm talking about most valuable player. Are you telling me that Aaron Donald's going to have a better season than Tom Brady and be more valuable? And then we start going down the list, and it goes Tyreek, T.J. Watt, Jalen Ramsey, Devontae, Josh Allen, Kelsey, Myles Garrett, Dak Prescott, Trent Williams, Xavier Howard. Love them. These are all really good football players. But the Bosa's, Nick and Joey, DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, Kittles. It's like those are all ranked above Tom Brady. I give you Mahomes and Rodgers at the top. That's debatable going forward. They're probably going to have good to great years. Brady's going to have a great year, I believe, and he's 20th. I can only say that's just straight Brady hate.
Skip, I can't say I disagree with you. I can't disagree with anything you say other than the fact that being the MVP. But I can't see 19 players having a better season than Tom Brady. He has a good offensive line. He has a great receiving core. His defense is one of the top 3 or 4 defenses in all of football. And you're telling me, with all of that, he's only going to be have the 20th best seasons of all the players. Stop. That's ridiculous.
Really? You're giving Brady a little love?
Ain't no little love, Skip. Like I said, I believe Brady's a top 3 quarterback. Mahomes, Rodgers, I believe, okay, fine. But you got Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, and you named all the other guys going to have better seasons. So is somebody about to have 24 sacks? Is somebody about to have 13, 14 interceptions? Because that's what it's going to take. The quarterback job, the stats are so skewed for the quarterback to have success, Skip. First of all, he gets 5 protectors on every play. You can't hit him. And so now the rules, you can't beat up the receivers. So it's set up for him to have big seasons. And you added an extra game. So I don't believe there's going to be 19 players that have a better season than Tom Brady. Can I see Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers possibly have a better season? If you want to say Josh Allen's going to play better than what he played last year, okay. But 17 more, 15 more guys?
Could Dak put up numbers? Yeah, Dak could. And will Dak be in the MVP conversation? He could be.
But see, Tom's going to be in the MVP conversation, Skip, because I believe his team's going to win enough games. The question is, putting up stats and your team's not winning games,
Agreed.
What good is that?
Agreed, because I'm not going farther than winning the NFC least.
Because think about how many times Drew Brees threw for 5,000 yards, and his name didn't even get mentioned in the MVP. Because they weren't winning no games. They winning 7 games. You're not winning no MVP winning 7 games. So for me, when I saw this, and I made a little light of it a couple of days ago, Skip, when I first saw it, like, hold on. Because I was like, okay, I see Mahomes, Rodgers, and I was like, well, dang, where's Brady? I know Brady's in the top 10.
There's Dak.
And I kept going down. I was like, hold on, 20th? No, I can't. Really? I can't even get down with that one, Skip. Hey, you know what? You know how I am. I can't even get down with that. Okay. Ain't no way 19 people going to have a better season than Tom Brady.
Bottom line, greatest thing that has happened so far this year to Tom Brady is this ranking, because this will fuel his fire.
Tom Brady
He
don't
wants
read
to
this
get
kind of
even
stuff.
with you and shut you up.
What would I do? I'm just sitting over here.
Disrespected him.
How?
You do every other thing that comes out of your mouth is some shot at Tom Brady.
No, I say Tom was really good.
Gotta love the added
That was
motor.
deep.
Starting quarterback heading into week 1 against the Falcons on Fox. Hurts started down the stretch for Philly last year. And even though the team brought in Joe Flacco this summer and Gardner Minshew, just this past week, the starting gig will stick with the second-year signal caller. So Shannon, is Hurts the Eagles' future?
I don't believe he is, and it doesn't seem like they believe he is either, Skip. Because this is what we know. If Jalen Hurts does not have tremendous success this year, they're going to get a new quarterback next year. And the problem is, you want to win games, but the question is, do you win too many games, Skip, and all of a sudden you hurt your draft position where you're not in position to get a quarterback? I just don't look. I'm not sure they believe in him. I know no, they don't believe in him. They do not believe in Jalen Hurts. They believe Jalen Hurts is going to be their quarterback for the next 5 to 10 years. To make a long story short, no.
Why do you think they just went and got Gardner Minshew?
Thank you.
Because they think maybe Gardner Minshew will be the answer sometime this year.
Right.
Maybe he's just waiting his time in the wings, and
Correct.
they're going to give Jalen a short leash, as you say, to prove himself.
Right.
He started to prove himself last year for a really bad football team. So you know how I feel. I believe in Jalen Hurts. He's Cam-esque to me with a little bit of Tebow thrown in, and I'm talking about the good Tebow because Jalen is a late-game clutch playmaker.
Right.
QBR is never going to love him. He's not the most accurate thrower, a la Cam.
Right.
But he can make plays with arm and legs, key plays that win games, and I believe he will start winning games for a slightly improved football team. They did go get him that one weapon at Alabama,
Right.
and that is the weapon
Right.
that could turn him around.
They got, but Skip, this could happen. This doesn't mean anything. Everybody has them picked to finish fourth in the NFC least. But when I look at this team, they got some weapons. They got Draylen Recker 2 years ago. They got Devontae Smith. I like the Watkins kid. They got the 2 tight ends with Ertz and Goddard. We'll see how long Ertz stays on the team. Miles Sanders, can he stay healthy? The offensive line, Skip, they've gotten older. They've gotten battered.
Right.
Can they protect him? I just don't believe that he has enough around him to succeed. He had more talent in Alabama that he got on this offensively than he got right here.
Yeah, I agree. And plus, I fear for Jalen, he's going to be a victim of the dysfunction of this organization.
Yes.
They have a very young head coach who's never done this
Who
before.
came out of nowhere to get
Out
this
of
job.
nowhere. I don't know what they're doing, but it feels puppet-like to
Yes.
me, right?
Right.
It goes all the way to the top to Jeffrey Lurie, who I don't believe is sold on
And then
Jalen
Howard
Hurts.
Roseman is undercutting everybody to stay in good with Jeffrey Lurie. So
It doesn't feel right. I just believe Jalen can play, and I think he'll be able to overcome this mess.
yeah, but I want him to go play somewhere else. I want him to get up out of Philly. Philly's just dysfunction.
Yeah.
Our guy Orlando Scandrick tried to tell us.